first day of school, first day of school.
Huh?
Like Nemo says in Finding Nemo. Because he's excited to go to school. Except
No.
you're not going to school, but it is your first day of school. As you saw, I got up, I made breakfast. I actually have been getting up at 8:30 to give myself some time to actually just like wake up by myself and have a little bit of time to myself. And then the kids are getting up at their usual time, which is 9 a.m. And then yesterday we had cereal for breakfast, so like I put it together as soon as they got up. But this morning I put it together like 10 minutes before I knew they would be getting up, because it wouldn't have gotten soggy really. They're having their caramel apple yogurt bowls that I've shown before. I can link the what's for breakfast video where I made those down below if you like want like more detailed how to make that. And then I'm having my kefir and granola bowl, which I made a couple weeks back in another vlog. So we're gonna eat this, get our day started. But yeah, it is our first day of school. It's the day after Labor Day, and we are going to get back into a routine and get some school done today. Okay, it is just after 12:30. The kids are now taking a break to play some video games. We did 2 hours of school. We got quite a bit done. I will show you in a minute. We did math, we did reading and language arts, and then we did some like odds and ends type of stuff. And then so really all we have to get done after lunch is science and history, which I have all written out what we're going to do today. I wanted to show you guys my planner though, so I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, so I showed this in the last vlog. This is the Homeschool Lesson Planning Minimalist Notebook from School Nest. You can get it on Amazon. I think it was around like $16. It is 52 weeks and undated, which is what I really like. And this really just has what I need, and I've been really liking it so far. So open it up. And first thing I wrote on this first page, this blank page, you can write whatever, is kind of like a rough outline of our schedule. So 8:30 this morning, I got up and got breakfast ready. 9 o'clock, kids got up, ate breakfast. We read some poetry during breakfast. I read a poem from the Mr. Rogers book. What did I do with it? So A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I read a poem from there. This won't be what we always read. There is some poetry that goes with some of our curriculum, but we haven't started that yet. So right now I'm still just like adding the poetry into our routine, so when we start the other poetry, it has a place to go. Then 9:20, when breakfast is done, we can get ready for the day. We all did that. We all got dressed and ready for the day. 9:30, I gave the kids 30 minutes of screen time this morning. And then after that 30 minutes, we did 30 minutes of movement, which you saw. We went for a walk. If we can't go outside, we'll just like turn on a video and, you know, dance or whatever. So we'll do 30 minutes movement, kind of like get their bodies moving, because I feel like they're able to sit and do work better when they have that movement first. So get that done. And then 10:30 to 12:30 we did school, and right now we're here at 12:30. Our break, they're gonna have 30 minutes of screen time. They can watch a show, they can play video games with friends, whatever they want to do. They have both chosen to play some Minecraft right now. Are you guys playing just alone?
I'm just changing my outfit.
You're just changing your outfit, but friends aren't on.
Yeah.
So they'll probably get to play with them this evening. And then once that's up, we will have lunch about 1 o'clock, and then maybe about 1:30 finish school. 2:30 hopefully we'll be done, or whenever we're done, if it doesn't take that long. I put an hour in here, but you know, some days might be less, some days might be longer. But whenever we finish school, then we'll do a couple chores and then free time. Screen's okay as long as they take some breaks. Chores will probably only take about like 15 minutes, just depends on what we have. But yeah, that's our rough schedule, very rough draft, but we're working with that today. The getting up at 8:30 in the morning it's a lot. I've had to make myself go to bed between 12:30 and 1. I'm still not going to bed like early, but between 12:30 and 1 is good for me. I get enough sleep. Just I don't like getting up in the morning no matter what time it is. I could be getting up at like 11 and I still don't like it. But I'm gonna flip through this planner. So we've got a couple blank pages to write whatever you want. There's a spot to write calendars. I only went ahead and did September and October. I need to fill in the rest of them, and then you can do more calendars with field trips that you want to add in. So there's that. And then attendance, you can like cross off each day. So I need to go like cross off, today's the 5th, I think, so the 5th of September. And another blank page over here. And then curriculum overview classes, I kind of like wrote in what we're using, what we plan to use. And then there's some more blank pages for that if you have a lot. There's book lists, which I will use. I wrote a little bit on here, like the book we're reading and then the next book. That's all I've written so far. But I'm sure we'll fill that in as we read. Curriculum progress. I don't see myself using this. I just kind of keep track of that like in the curriculum or in my phone. So I probably won't use those. That's probably the only thing in the book that I'm not really going to use. Then we've got our monthly spread. So we've got September, and it was all undated. So I went in with some stickers I had from my planning days. You could just write it in, whatever. And then I've seen some people on Facebook add like tabs, like to the outside that stick out. I don't really like that. I just use these little magnetic bookmarks, and then I can move it to the next month once September is done. There is a month in review page. I've seen people use this like as a little like scrapbook. Put pictures in here of things you did over the month, so we might use it like that. Not sure yet, but I like that it's there. And then October, and then same thing, and then November, and then same thing, December, and that's as far as I've gotten with setting up the months. And then if we flip, like all of this is the months with those review pages. And then we've got our weekly layouts. So each week has this weekly overview page, which is where I'm using to plan what I would like to get done for the week. So it's all written out, what I'd like to get done. I wrote like any events that we have going on. We've got doggy tales at the library. And then this is like the weekly plan. This is where I'm going to write down on each day what we actually got done. So Monday was Labor Day. Then I've got math, reading, language arts, science, history, and electives. So we already got some math done today. Dominoes games, and then they each did a worksheet, so I wrote that in there. They read Magic Treehouse Pirates, page 44 to 53. We did Right on Track. I read this page, and then they did this worksheet page, and then they listened to me read Stowaway. We still have to do science and history, so I haven't written those in yet. We made first day of school signs. We filled out personal information page with like phone numbers and address to kind of practice that. So that is everything that we've done today, and that's how I'm going to continue to plan for now. I like having everything laid out so I know like what needs to be done this week or what I'd like to get done. That way I can prep and like print things I want to print and like gather materials that I want to gather, and then I can just like write it when it actually happens. And I always use these pens, the friction erasable pens in here, because I can also erase things because I mess up when writing a lot. But I really like pens instead of pencil, so I really recommend the friction pens. I've got a bunch of them in here. Even the kids use them. I've got the clicky ones, and then like the ones with lids. But yeah, the kids like to use them too instead of pencils, so that's what we use for most of our schoolwork is friction pens. But yeah, that's my planner. You've got those weekly like little layouts for most of this, I think. And then I think there's a little bit of something in the back. Reflections. Yeah. Weekly plan. And then you've got curriculum reflections, curriculum plans for next year. So a little bit of space to kind of plan things out. End of the year wrap up. But yeah, I really like it. It's simple and it's exactly what I needed. And yeah, just really like it. I'm going to go make myself some coffee though and sit down and have myself a little break while the kids finish up the rest of their little break. Okay, lunch is done. We all have something different because yesterday my Aunt Janet actually took us out to lunch at Olive Garden and we all had a little bit of leftovers. So we each had a leftover breadstick, so we brought that home. Elijah just had leftover chicken. He ate all of, what'd you get, spaghetti?
No,
Oh, you had French fries. He didn't want to bring home his French fries. So he had 2 chicken tenders left out of 4. So he's also got some broccoli today and some ranch to go with his chicken and breadstick. I had the lunch size shrimp scampi. I had no shrimp left though, but I still brought home the pasta and asparagus and tomatoes. And then I cooked up this like Parmesan chicken tender thing that I had in the freezer. There was one left from last week and I used them for dinner. So I just cooked that up today, cut up some of it, put it with that and a breadstick. And then Lily had spaghetti yesterday and pizza, and she didn't eat most of the spaghetti. And then we had some leftover meatballs in the fridge from Friday's dinner, so I just put some meatballs in it with a little bit of extra sauce. And then she also has a breadstick. So we are going to go eat our lunch and then get some more schoolwork done. Okay, it's like 2:15 and we have finished school. The kids are now doing a couple chores. I think Lily just took out the recycling and Elijah picked up blankets and pillows off the living room floor, and they're each gonna go in their room and pick up a couple things and then they can have some free time. I'm gonna do like the dishes and stuff once I show y'all what we are using for school, because I get many questions on like what curriculum we use and stuff, so I thought I would share that with y'all. I don't have some of it to show you right now. For science, we are using the Mini Beast unit from the Waldock Way, which is going into like bugs, insects, that kind of type of thing. And I just bought the PDF. It's just a PDF. You can print it if you want, but I just look at it on my phone and then print like the worksheets and stuff as we need them. And so that's our science. And then we are using Build Your Library, which you might have seen on like my weekly overview. That's another thing that I just have the PDF version of, and then I write down like what I want to get done in the week. We are using that for our history. It uses the story of the world as a spine, which I already had all of these, and this is just the spine. We read from this, and then Build Your Library helps you by picking books to go along with it to read in addition to that. We use this Usborne internet linked encyclopedia of world history to go along with that as well. All of that is like included in that Build Your Library curriculum. Like it's all set out like what you need for the year. We're currently finishing up level 3. We started level 3 last year. We'll finish up level 3 and then we'll move on to level 4 at some point in this school year. We'll start level 4. And then, so that's science and history. We are also using Build Your Library for our like literature, all of our reading stuff. So currently the book that we're on for the kids reader is Magic Treehouse Research Guide Pirates, which fits in with the time period that we're reading about in the story of the world. That's why I really like Build Your Library, because everything's like kind of tied together. You're learning about the same things like in all of your like lessons. And then for the read aloud, which is what I read, it's a higher like level book. We're reading Stowaway. Again, fits with that whole time period that we're currently reading about in Story of the World. And then I think that's mostly everything that Build Your Library covers. There is science and art and stuff in Build Your Library, but we already liked what we were using prior to starting level 3, so I was continuing with that because we were doing zoology. But when we do level 4, we would just be using Build Your Library for history, reading, science, art. All of that will be covered with Build Your Library. I will link that down below. It's very like book based. It involves a lot of reading, but we like it. The kids aren't a huge fan of this book currently. We're working our way through it. They're not the biggest fan of this, but they have liked the other books that we have read. They've had no problem with the other books that we have read. This one just isn't their favorite. I think it's the way it's set up. It's like his journal and he's on a ship, and they just don't love that style of it. But we're working our way through it. Then I wanted to add in a little bit more like language art stuff. I think Build Your Library is like kind of like Charlotte Mason based, where you do like copy work and stuff a lot to learn those grammar skills and whatnot, and you don't really like implement a lot of it, I think, until like middle school years, but we like working on that now. So I saw somebody recommend this Right on Track, like a textbook. I think this is for like public school. I'm not entirely sure, but somebody recommended it in a homeschool group, and I looked at it. I liked it. I bought this really cheap on thrift books, and it just goes into like writing and how to write and planning to write and things like that. But then there is also like proofreading skills, like to check your writing. So we're gonna work with this, and I bought the skills book to go along with it. This is the teacher edition. I found all of this on thrift books for really cheap. So this has the answers, but I have the regular skills book too, and I just copy them for the kids to have their own. But yeah, it goes like there's sentences you need to correct and add commas to. Works on spelling some, like lots of proofreading in here, and we'll probably do like a worksheet a day and then read from the textbook. And yeah, so that's like our language arts. What else? Math. We are still using Easy Peasy Math. I have not decided what we will do after this. I think we will continue using Easy Peasy Math, but I'm just not quite sure yet. I don't have the front cover of this book anymore because we didn't finish it last year, and I put what we did work on like away with last year's work. So Elijah has this much left of the Math 2 workbook. Not a lot. There's like 50 days or something. So he's working on that still, and then we will probably go to EP Math 3. This is similar to what the front cover looks like. It's just like all orange instead of white. This is the teacher edition. And then Lily is working her way through EP Math 4. She has a lot more to work on because we took a break from this last year to kind of slow down at a slower pace, because she was 3rd grade working on 4th grade math. So we did some review last year, worked on really mastering our multiplication facts, and so we're gonna slowly work our way through this 4th grade book this year. And is that everything? I think that is everything. We talked about language arts, we talked about science, we talked about history, all about Build Your Library. For art, we use Art Tango currently. We're working through, like, it says 1st grade, it's their level 1. I think they have lessons, kindergarten through 5th grade, like lesson plans for like 30, like one lesson a week for the whole year. And I mean, it says 1st grade, but it's just like simple and teaches them art skills, and we've really liked it. So we're gonna finish up Art Tango 1. We're on lesson 23 we'll do this week. So we're gonna finish up that, and then we will probably just do the art that goes with Build Your Library. Maybe work in some Art Tango lessons here and there. We really do like the Art Tango website. I will have that link down below. For computer, they just do like typing games, Lily's a better typer than I am, thanks to typing club and typing games. She can type faster than I can without looking at the keys. I still look at the keys. I've never been able to type without looking at the keys. I remember being in middle school and they would like put a cloth over your hands to like make it so you couldn't look at the keys, and I would not do very well when I couldn't look at the keys. She can do better than I can. For PE, we do videos to learn stretches and push-ups and sit-ups and that kind of thing, go for walks, and then they do karate every week still. Yeah,
Hey.
that's what I've got in here. If you have any questions, let me know.
Oh no.
We like to keep things pretty simple.
There was a spider.
I think I covered everything though, so just let me know if you have any other questions. I am going to go take a little break, and then I'm probably gonna do the dishes, maybe fold some laundry, but it's 2:30 and I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. We're not facing that way. We're gonna face the camera. I'm about to dye their hair, or attempt to. Yesterday we were at Ollie's and we found this Clairol color gloss up. It's like a conditioning color tint gloss thing that's semi-permanent or just temporary. What does it say? Temporary, right? Yeah. And it's supposed to be for like bleached hair, like really blonde hair. So I don't know how well it's gonna show up. Elijah especially has a lot of blonde in his hair. Lily still has a little bit. So I think she might have a pink tint. I bought 2 boxes for her just in case one is not enough. And then Elijah's gonna do blue. So I also bought 2 boxes. If we don't use it all, they can dye their hair again. It's supposed to last like 15 washes. We're gonna put this in their hair. It says damp hair. We're gonna do it for 15 minutes, and then they're gonna shower and we're gonna see what it looks like, and we will show y'all what it looks like when it's done. You gotta take off your glasses. I'm just gonna spray their hair with some water. They both put on shirts that they don't really care about.
It got on my arm.
If they get dye on.
It got on my legs.
Look up.
Yeah, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down till I burn out. I just wanna live fast, I don't wanna look back and say I could've done more than I did now. Sometimes it can be hard, yeah, it can be hard, yeah, it can be hard when you grow up. People fill you with doubt, you start thinking about what you're gonna do now. But we only got one chance and got one life to live. And it's do or die, gotta make it count, so lose your worries. Let your problems go on until my whole body burns out. I ain't never gonna slow down.
Oh look, you can really see the pink on here. Look.
Oh, it's not pink.
It's not super pink. Her hair isn't even fully dry yet though. And I told her it's not going to look as pink as it is until it's fully dry. When it's really wet, it looks dark. But she is done with the hair dryer for now. It's too hot and loud. So she's gonna take a break. We're gonna let it air dry, or maybe we'll go back to doing the hair dryer after dinner. Elijah's looks pretty blue. It's like a, I don't know, like a silvery blue. And she does have quite a bit of pink if you actually look up close. It's almost like pink highlights or whatever you call it. So yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty once it's all the way dry. But I am starting dinner. While I was helping them dry their hair, I started boiling some water. We're going to have spaghetti for dinner tonight. Okay, dinner is done. As I said, spaghetti, but we've got it with Italian sausage. I did not think about the fact that we had leftover Olive Garden for lunch today. When I pulled out the meat for dinner tonight, I was not thinking ahead. So Lily is eating spaghetti 2 times today, but it's okay, right? Because you love spaghetti.
Yeah.
And she had it earlier with meatballs and now with Italian sausage. So we are going to go eat dinner. The kids are playing. I think they're about to have last like 30 minutes of video games. It's 8 o'clock, so they are allowed 30 more minutes, and then we need to start like turning off screens and doing calming things until 9 o'clock when it's bedtime. But I am currently gonna clean up the kitchen. Andy won't be home until probably like 10:30, so I'm going to put his plate of food in the microwave and then pack up his lunch and put away any other leftovers and load the rest of the dishwasher, and then all I'll have to do is like start it after Andy eats dinner later. But yeah, that's my plan.
I don't wanna waste time on fake friends. I just wanna get high, I just wanna get high, I just wanna get higher. Sometimes people will try to hold you back from being who you want to. Don't be questioning why, do whatever feels right, find your passion and fight. Cause we only got one chance and got one life to live. And it's do or die, gotta make it count. So lose your worries, let your problems go on until my whole body burns out. I ain't never gonna slow down. I ain't never gonna slow down. I ain't never gonna slow down. Only got one chance, got one life to live. And it's do or die, gotta make it count. So lose your worries, let your problems go on until my whole body burns out. I ain't never gonna slow down.
It is 9:37. You might hear the fan and the air conditioner going. I just finished getting the kids all tucked in. They got their teeth brushed. Story time, all tucked in. Hopefully that's where they'll stay. They've done really well with that lately, but you know, I say that and then I'm gonna jinx it. I got myself ready for bed. I'm in PJs, washed my face, brushed my teeth with them. I'm just gonna chill. I don't think I'm gonna watch anything. I haven't really been watching anything but shows with Andy lately. Probably just sit on my phone and scroll TikTok or something until Andy gets home in like the next hour, 40 minutes to an hour. He'll be home, and then we'll watch Manifest. We're getting close to being done with it. I think we're on, there's a kid up, so I gotta go put a kid back to bed because they didn't stay. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog. We're on like episode 5 of the first part of the last season, and so far we like it. It feels like things are wrapping up. You're tying up loose ends and whatnot, but yeah, that's gonna be the end of our night. Try to go to bed somewhat early so I can get some sleep to be up at 8:30. I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. As I said it before, if you have any questions about what I used to homeschool and whatnot, just leave them down below. I always forget to mention stuff, so yeah, just leave them down there. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.